What's up? This is Envision from Sensori, and I'm going to show you guys a little tip, a little reason tip here. Basically, just going to show you how to make a template file in Reason 5 so that when you open it up and to work on a new song, you already got your rack filled up with the components that you would normally use. And this is very convenient for me because I normally build my songs up the same way every time. I will use a Kong for my drums and a Kong for my samples and Subtractor for bass and then an NNXT for anything additional. So I'm going to start and just throw a mixer in there. And now I always add drums first. Everyone works way differently than each other, but I record my drums first, primarily. So I don't want to use this standard Kong kit. I'm going to want to load up a patch that I have here. And let me find that here. Okay, so it's this kit. It's going to give me a hard time for a second. Just for the sake of this, I'm going to open without that, but so there's just some drum sounds that I love, and I usually use a kit for a specific body of work. So right now, this is called the Astral Projection Kit, and that's actually the tentative title for the next album release I'm putting together right now. So I'll usually stick with the drum kit for a couple months at most, and then I'll just build something else up. And there's a lot of things I can do within that kit, even though it's like just a couple different kicks and snares. I'll be able to I tweak that all the time. So I also will now add another Kong in there, and this will be for samples, but I'm going to initialize this one so it's blank and ready just to be loaded up with samples when I open up a new file. And then next I will add a Subtractor, and it already has bass guitar standard in there. I usually mess around with this quite a bit. I tend to stick to just the standard bass guitar in Subtractor, but I will mess around with different levels and phases and everything like that. So just for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to put this plain Subtractor bass guitar in there, and I'm going to throw a scream under there too, because I always will add some tape distortion. And I like that subtle warmer one. Usually these presets aren't that great, but again, for the sake of this, I'm just gonna do that. Just add a couple things in here just to, I mean, it's limitless to what you add to your template. And last but definitely not least is an NNXT, and I just leave that the way it is as a grand piano. I don't tend to use that, but like I said, this is just a way for me to get a rack set up right away. So when I open up a file, I have my standard drum kit that I'm definitely going to use. I have the initialized Kong that I'm definitely going to use. I have the Subtractor that I'm definitely going to use and tweak, and then I have my NNXT that I might use. But it just makes it so convenient to have everything in there. And so I'm going to save this, and I'm going to save it just on my desktop here, but I'll save it as newest template. Whoops. Save that. And as soon as that stops spinning, there we go, newest template. And now what I will do, I'm going to close this just to show you this for an example here. I'm going to open Reason back up, and it's opening a blank file. See, because I didn't set that template in there. And so how you want to do that, you go to Preferences, and it's going to show you, it just in your General Preferences window here, shows you Default Song, Empty Rack, Built-in, Custom. And I want to do Custom, and it already has Newest Template, but that's not the same one. So it's going to be this guy, and that's the one I just created. Open that up, and then I'll close this. And if I do a new, out of your McCafe, do this new, and it's going to open up a new file with that template that we just created. So it has everything in there. It's got my scream with the changes I made to it. It has my drum kit with all my sounds in there, and it's all there. And so that's just a really simple tip that I like to use, and that I like to I don't, it's something that people don't think about enough, but it's a really convenient little tip to have when you're working in Reason. So that's all, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope you stay updated on our different little tutorials and tips we're going to be posting up on our website. All right, thank you.